Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are now on to the next Arctic Monkeys album, Humbug. I just got done listening to a Black Sabbath album, Master of Reality, down here. Just got done finishing a video on that, and that album was pretty fucking incredible. I'm not expecting this album to be as good as that. This is the first Arctic Monkeys album that I have not heard. I'm going into this one essentially completely blind, and I'm gonna be honest, my hopes are a little shaky. I am going into this thing with moderate expectations, leaning towards higher, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little worried. This album does have some things that give me hope. Josh Homme on production. I think that, Josh Homme is one of my favorite people in the rock space. Obviously, the mastermind behind Queens of the Stone Age, which is one of my favorite rock bands, full stop. So his presence on this album gives me a lot of hope. But the downward trajectory of the previous two albums being as drastic as it is, the first album of theirs being a 10 for me, and the second being a 7, being good but a big step down, we'll see. We'll see how this album goes. This album came out in 2009. It's 10 tracks, 39 minutes. I don't think I've heard a single fucking song on this. I genuinely cannot recall a single song on this album, and I think that this is the first one that I'm going into, like, completely blind. Good reception on Album of the Year. It's well received. 77 user score, 77 critic. It's pretty widely regarded as a solid album. So, you know what? I think this album is going to end up, hopefully, being a little bit better than Favorite Worst Nightmare. I'd like us to go back into great territory on this one, especially with the presence of Josh Homme on this thing. I think that is the biggest selling point for me on this album, you know? Anyway, with that being said, I'm just going to get straight into this. Track 1, My Propeller. Okay.
If you can summon the strength and oil up those sticky keys, coax me out my road and have a spin of my propeller.
Okay. Immediate things to note here. Firstly, this is a much drier mix than the previous two albums. The mix here is so drastically different. Obviously, you got a very different producer in Josh Homme here, but this sounds like the biggest switch. Like, this is kind of insane to compare to the first two albums. This sounds like a completely different fucking band, production-wise. And on top of that, the band are going for a much more sparse, very, like, spacey, almost Western-feeling instrumental here. Which, again, this is a big, very drastic change that is, I don't know, it's taken some getting adjusted to.
It's a necessary evil.
Drums sound amazing though. Very attack-heavy toms. Lots of low end from them as well. Okay. Sure. That was, what? I'm unimpressed. Easily the weakest opener of the three so far. Yeah. I think that this song is a little too sparse. I think that the payoff towards the end does not pay off anywhere near hard enough for the patience required for how much space is presented in the rest of this. Good drum sound. I think that Josh Homme's more spacey, kind of raw production is a nice change. But this track, outside of that, did not do anything for me. I'm feeling like a high 5 on this. Okay. It's not bad. It's just an odd shift. A very odd shift. Crying Lightning. Up next. Okay.
And my thoughts got rude as you talked and chewed on the last. Then offered no attention in the form of a gobstopper. It's all you had left and it was going to waste.
Writing's fucking terrible. Alex Turner has really taken a big step down as a writer. I thought the writing on the first song was a little weird, but it was a pretty clear step down there. But I thought, it's just the opener. It'll probably, you know, pick itself up. No, this writing's fucking so bland. Wow.
Crying
The riffing's fun. It feels like the band are getting some fun shit to do.
That little game you had called Crying Lightning, crying.
Okay, this song is a bit better than the previous one. I feel like the riffing here is a little more fun. The band get a lot more to do on this track, but this really sets into place the fact that this album is definitely going to be a decent step down from Favorite Worst Nightmare. Yeah, the writing is so bad. Alex Turner is... he's giving nothing in the writing here. Absolutely fucking nothing. I don't know. Fun riffing throughout this track. I feel like the band gets some more interesting shit to do. I think that the performances here are solid. I think that the pacing of this track is nice, and it's structurally pretty interesting as well. It's like a high 6 to a flat 7 for me. It's okay. The song's... it's solid enough, but yeah, this album is not doing a good job at winning me over or tempering my worries up to this point. Dangerous Animals up next. Josh Homme vocals, cool.
Been fighting with my sheets, I'm nearly crying in my sleep. I'm pinned down by the dark. A-N-I-M-A-L makes my head
Wow.
the light it fidgets through. Frighteners and fiends divided up into 2 teams.
Feels like we're trying to do a Favorite Worst Nightmare track, but the production is such a significant step down, which is kind of crazy because Josh Homme, I feel like Josh Homme is able to create such fascinating sounds and is always like such a perfectionist in terms of the sounds of his albums. He is, wow, this sounds just like complete shit. I cannot defend a single production choice here. Like, at all. And on top of that, again, Alex Turner's writing, the fucking bullshit spelling out the words, I can't speak. Bullshit spelling out the words, the just super head-up ass kind of metaphors and shit that he's thrown in here. It just feels like this isn't the same band that even made the last 2 albums. This feels like such the craziest step down. I am like shocked that this is as bad as it is. The first 2 tracks I could defend a little bit, but this is just horrible. This is genuinely horrible. Fun Josh Homme back in vocals, I guess. That was fucking horrible. Wow. Yeah. Yikes. Fucking yikes. What a absolutely, utterly atrocious dogshit fucking horrible step down. This is bad. This is really fucking bad. Oh my god. What the fuck? Look, I had my reservations going into this. The first 2 tracks had, like, I could defend them. I thought the second track was okay. But that, oh my lord. Josh Homme is not a good fit. He is just ripping the life and the youthful energy out of the band and trying so hard to shove in like a 70s throwback, very raw sound onto this, and it just doesn't work. And on top of that, you get easily, bar none, no competition, Alex Turner's worst writing up to this point. Fucking spelling out dangerous animals and then using the most shitty, stupid, useless fucking metaphors that are so surface level, that have no sense of that charm, of that kind of youthful, fun sarcasm. It just feels so lifeless. All of the fun has been stripped out of this and we're left with a husk of the band. Feeling a low 3 on this song. Next up we have Secret Door. After a couple seconds of silence, of course. Nah, he wasn't doing album reviews. Was he doing? Oh no, back when he first started his channel, he would only do reviews for like smaller artists. So he didn't end up covering like that Arctic Monkeys album. The first AM album I think he did was actually AM. It was AM, yeah. Oh, he covered Sucker in C? I see. He did, he gave it a 5. They're in their late 30s now, I think. Around this time, they would have been in like their mid-20s-ish. I get we're going for a raw sound, but that doesn't mean you're not allowed to have any sustain on your instruments. Like the bass, you're just getting the impact of the note and no sustain. It makes it feel so dry. This mix is just so fucking dry. Sustain equals corporate sellout, exactly. End credits our song, yeah. Hey, you know, at least this song's able to remind me of a better song that exists called Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine. You know, that's a much better song than this. Wow. We're really trying to make something that sounds like it's ripped out of the 70s. We're really trying to get as raw a sound as possible. And it just doesn't gel. This does not gel in the slightest. This is so dry. There's no sustain on these instruments. The kind of luscious, infectious tones of the guitars from the first two albums are gone. Matt Helder's fun, kind of sparse, like very bouncy drumming that combined lots of different styles is gone. It's just meat and potatoes, fucking white wallpaper rock music. And I am utterly unimpressed. I genuinely pulled nothing out of that track. I pulled nothing. I enjoyed the first minute of it and then it went nowhere. This song went nowhere. There's no sense of progression. There's no sense of a destination that we've reached. I felt nothing. I'm feeling a low 4 on this song. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just fucking boring, to be honest. Potion approaching. Sounds like that one Nirvana song. Is it Very Ape? I think it's Very Ape that I'm thinking of. That's Josh Homme. That's not one of them. That has to be Josh Homme doing that. That's a Josh Homme thing, right? There's no credits for instrumentalists here. That's 100% Josh Homme doing that that guitar there. That's such a Queens of the Stone Age thing. I'm gonna stand up and stretch my legs. My legs kind of hurt. Fucking truck month music, come on. Camera's not centered. What's my favorite Queens of the Stone Age album? This is my favorite Queens of the Stone Age album. Perfect album. My girlfriend got me this on vinyl. Shout out to my girlfriend. I love her so much. Look at this. One of my favorite albums of all time right here. 10 out of 10. And this came out like a year after this, I think. Oh, 2013. Oh shit, 2013. I thought it was 2011 or 2010 when that shit came out. No. I think this was this the last thing Josh Homme worked on before Like Clockwork? Because I think it was 2010 when he had all of the health problems start, right? I think Like Clockwork might have been the next thing he worked on. And the insane leap in quality between this to that. Like, I know he's only the producer here, but still, man, it feels like Josh Homme is arguably the problem here. It feels like he is bringing out all of the band's weakest sensibilities and is trying to turn them into Queens of the Stone Age, you know? It feels like Josh Homme is just trying to turn Arctic Monkeys into Queens of the Stone Age. Lots of classic rockisms, lots of 70s hard rock and stoner rockisms here. Like, it feels like he's even adding bits of guitar with, like, some of the matching of the vocal melody as well. And it's not what Arctic Monkeys are. Arctic Monkeys are a new band. Arctic Monkeys are a 2000s band. You know, Queens of the Stone Age got their start in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s, but they are, like, a 70s throwback band. That's not what Arctic Monkeys is. Arctic Monkeys is such a... they were the first internet band, you know? They're the first band that got popular online. And they, like, were the indie scene. They were, like, the band from the UK indie scene, you know? We should not be trying to turn them into something different. They found their strength with the first album. I'd say they kind of continued it onto the second album. Now we're just trying to, like, turn them into something completely different, and it doesn't fucking work. I'm so, like, just disappointed in this album. I'm so fucking disappointed. Josh Homme was on a sabotage mission, so Queens of the Stone Age would have no competitors. Exactly. I'm feeling like a solid 4 on this track. The song did nothing for me. Stupid fucking writing that doesn't make any sense, talking about like swinging from an ocean or something. I don't know. I pulled nothing out of that song. The riffing was uninteresting. Alex Turner gave one of his most obnoxious vocal performances on this entire track. No sense of like melodic variety. It just felt so dead. This whole album just feels dead. I don't think from AM it sounded better than this. I've heard some AM tracks. I've heard like the biggest singles and a handful of deep cuts from the album. Fire and Thud up next. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Feels like he's already going into his like fucking loungy vocal performances. Why has Alex Turner as a performer just become such a fucking boring presence here? Hold on a sec, my brother's calling me, give me a sec. Well, you guys get a brief break from listening to this shit, so I've got to go let my brother into my house. I'll be right back. Alright, let's continue. This psychedelic thing on this track just doesn't work. We're trying to do something trippy, we're trying to do something that's like, kind of a little bit like dreamlike, and it just isn't coming across at all. Why is he sniffing his finger on the album cover? I don't fucking know. They're trying to go for something more spacey and psychedelic here. It doesn't work in the slightest. This is so fucking dry. I don't even have much to talk about, dude. It's just bad performances and the band being... Yeah, it feels like the band trying to shoehorn 70s and in this track kind of almost 60s aesthetics as well into their sound. With just no life. Every single member of the band feels like they don't even want to fucking be on this album. There's no care here, there's no sense of wonder, there's no like sparks flying on any of these songs. It's just drab. It's just colorless. It feels like this entire thing is a product of boredom. I really do wonder if we could have gotten an album if it weren't for Josh Homme on production. I really do wonder. Because it really does seem like the band want to make a good album here. It really does feel like there is like ideas here that could work, but it feels like on the production side everything's just kind of being too tampered with. It feels like there's too much of like a forced idea of like back to classic rock sounds here, and I feel like without that this album could have maybe shined a little bit more. I really don't think Josh Homme's a good fit for this band at all. Feeling a high 3 on this song. What does my brother think of this album? I don't think he's heard it, to be honest. I'm going to text him. We're going to text Finley. We're going to see what he thinks. Alright, Cornerstone up next.
But my chances turned to toast when I asked her if I could call her your name. And she held me very tightly till I asked awfully politely, please.
This is a nasally vocal performance away from being an earlier Oasis song. No, they're going for something with a little bit thicker production here. They're going for something that's a little bit more sweet and a little more pop adjacent. No. Fuck this album. No, you can't just chuck this at me and expect me to clap. No. Yikes. This is rough. This is... Wow. Wow. This is bad. Oh my god. Guitar tones are nasty. And not nasty in like a good way. Nasty in like an actually nasty way. These effects don't sound pleasant with this raw production in the slightest. The bass is somehow so blown out and so characterless at the same time as well. Yeah, the song's just a flat derivative too, I agree with that.
You can call me anything you want.
This song feels like it's being forced into the mix of this album here for the sake of providing variety. Because Arctic Monkeys are such a varied band that can do many different styles. This is a nasally vocal performance away from being a dog shit early era Oasis song, to be honest. This is, like, they throw in a little bit of thicker production, they throw in some acoustics, and they have Alex Turner giving a more emotional vocal performance. It's very emotional, by the way. It just doesn't work. Your shitty tricks aren't working on me. This album's fucking trash. This album's trash. There is not a single moment of this thing that's been worth a lick of shit up to this point. I'm aghast at how horrible this is. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. Feeling like I'm genuinely just not. Listen, if this was a song in a vacuum, it would get like a high 3 to a 4. But in the context of this album, it's so offensive that they'd throw something like this in here that I would give this like a high 2. In context of this album, this is such a shitty attempt at providing variety that it genuinely makes me kind of angry. I am shocked and I am livid at how big of a step down we've taken. Dance Little Liar. Finley's not listened to it. Nope, not the last song just yet. We got 3 more. This drum sounds lovely. Nice gating on the vocals here. See, this is more what I wanted. This sounds nice. This is kind of nice. And that bass tone is glorious as well. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Ooh, great build. Whatever. Ooh. Oh, the dynamics are so great on this one. It's nice to get a song with a pulse, you know? It's nice to get a song with some life. Get some of the color re-injected here. Drum sound is fucking amazing. Very raw recording. Kick has so much fucking power behind it. Sounds like a very big kick. I'm guessing Matt Helders was playing with a much bigger kick on this album. Sounds kind of like almost like a Bonham-sized kick, to be honest. The song was absolutely, easily, not even close, the best song on the album to such a high degree. That is like a fucking godsend in this track list. I'm feeling a high 8 on that track for being a genuinely great track in terms of performances. Alex Turner is bringing absolutely stunning vocals to this track with some actually pretty solid lyrics that are easy to follow along with but don't feel super shallow. You get way better production on this track than any other song. The drums sound fucking incredible. These guitar tones and effects are so rich. There's so much color. They're so tasteful. You get so much flavor out of that son of a bitch. Like, I am shocked that the album has been so bad when a song like this has been possible on here. This is so fucking good. We get a song with an actual heartbeat, with an actual pulse. A song that isn't just completely fucking dead in the water. Where has this been for 7 songs? See, this has proven to me that this album could have been great, but instead we go for cheap, like, 70s rock aesthetics with some absolutely shit production. I actually have Pretty Visitors. The song was nothing. The song was better, is what it was. Okay, getting spooky with this one.
Trudging through the morning, the tramp with the trampoline under his arm shifts past your whiskers so he's coiled till the corner is turned and learned, and the bicycle wheels all struggle to move round in your muddy mouth. All the pretty visitors came and waved their arms at it. What came first, the chicken or the dickhead? Split sleep reaps rewards from ill hardcore. Canopy 19 is perfectly placed.
Whatever, sure. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Fuck this album. Fuck you. It's just so bad. What? Doing this, like, gang vocals, demon vocals, all the pretty visitors came and waved their arms and cast the shadow of a snake pit. Fuck this album. Fuck this album. No. How dramatic. Wow, on the wall. It really is, and that guitar tone sounded like a fucking kazoo.
With the bass and the scales, and fucking fiddles with the beat and the bass in action was
No, he's turning down his British and turning it into theatrics. He's turning down his like youthful Northern English charm, and he's cranking up the facade. He's cranking up the character. He's playing a character on this album, guys. Except the character is so unlikable and so fucking atrocious, and the writing is horrible, and the performances are horrible, and this production shit, and this song is theatric and corny and cringe, and it has not a single section that I think is worth even, like, the slightest smile out of me. This was laughable. This is funny. It's that bad. This song is hilarious. It's funny that this song exists. It's genuinely funny. I cannot believe they let this on the album. This made it onto the album. This. What? Flat one. You know, whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not, came out in 2006. This came out in 2009. In 3 years, we've gone from, like, maybe the best indie rock album ever. We have gone, like, down into the trenches. We have drilled to the center of the earth. I have no faith in this last song being good. I have no faith in this last song being good, but we're gonna give it a try. Final song, The Jeweler's Hand. They just described the album for me. Dull caresses once again irritate. There you go. Bass sounds nice here. This bass sounds actually really sweet. The theatrics here don't work. The theatrics here are just like... It's so tacky. That bass sounds amazing. What a waste of an absolutely beautiful, crunchy, disgusting bass tone. What a waste. Drums sound incredible too. Matt Helders has really been providing incredible drum sounds as well as solid performances. Yeah, this feels like a song Josh Homme could have sung. Yeah. This is a top 7 album for AM. Yeah. Nope. It had me for a second there, but this progression lost me. This progression is shit. It's over. It's not getting any better from here. Those key stabs are so fucking tacky. This... What the fuck? So you bring up an interesting point here. Hang on. Right. You bring up an interesting point here. The fact that even Brad tastes like this part, even though he also hated this album. That's a fair point. I'd like to provide a rebuttal.
I'm not Brad tasted music.
He's a different person. I know. I'm a different guy with different opinions. Impossible to comprehend. Sure, we have similar tastes, but sometimes we think differently. And also, we don't talk about him anymore, so, you know. Wow, what a fucking wet fart to end this album on. What a... Oh no. Oh, this album's so shit. What a lackluster finish. Yeah. Such ambition. Such ambition with absolutely just complete, like, no execution to even slightly pull off what they were going for here. This song just sounds like complete shit. It's so tacky. The theatrics are so shoehorned. Alex Turner's vocal performance ranges from being shockingly boring to dreadfully overbearing across this track. That just, it feels like he is trying his hardest to be like this overbearing, like all-seeing figure over this track, like playing this omnipotent character or something like that. Omnipresent character. Sorry, not omnipotent. This omnipresent character. And it just comes across like a fucking Year 6 production where like one of the fucking kids is playing the villain or something. It reminds me being in primary school watching a Year 6 production. Yeah, exactly. It's a poor attempt at being Queens of the Stone Age. Josh Homme wanted to make a Queens of the Stone Age album. Arctic Monkey wanted to make an Arctic Monkeys album. I say Arctic Monkey. Arctic Monkeys wanted to make an Arctic Monkeys album. And it results in just a complete clash. It results in a complete clash. This album stylistically reminds me a lot of Like Clockwork. And if I'm going to listen to Like Clockwork, if I want to listen to that album, I'm just going to listen to that album. I'm feeling a high 2 to a flat 3 on that song. Truly, truly unfortunate way to finish this album. 5.5 minutes of utter musical dribble. Musical dribble is how I would describe that song. This album sucks, ladies and gentlemen. This album is a complete dumpster fire. I found this album to be a genuinely offensive step down that lacks any of the youthful fun, that lacks any of the instrumental prowess, that lacks any of the character, any of the flavor, the substance, the style of the first two Arctic Monkeys albums. This album sees Josh Homme coming in, looking at the Arctic Monkeys and thinking, I can make a Queens of the Stone Age out of you. And Arctic Monkeys don't want to make a Queens of the Stone Age out of themselves. So what you get is the production pulling this way, the band pulling that way, on top of the band not really giving that much of a shit, let's be real. And it results in this album being so all over the place, being so inconsistent with its tone and its sound, being absolutely fucking atrociously written by Alex Turner. And it's easily like the worst of the first three albums, and I don't see it getting worse from here. Two good songs. I think that Crying Lightning was fine, and I think that Dance Little Liar was genuinely great. And it is the direction this album should have gone. I wish the entire album was more like Dance Little Liar. You even get moments in here like Pretty Visitors that try and bring the theatrics that don't work. You get a song in here like Cornerstone that tries to add a little bit more of a densely produced kind of pop feeling to this album. It just feels so shoehorned for the sake of like a vain attempt of variety, even though the band can't provide a single fucking hint of it across this thing. All of these songs just blend together for me. I'm disappointed. I'm genuinely so fucking disappointed. This album is so shit. There is not like a single aspect of this album that's worth a lick of shit for me. I really, really, really just found this to be such a drab and unenjoyable listen front to back, with a couple of moments in here that worked, but not enough to even put this above a 5 out of 10 for me. I'm going to run the maths, and I am going to tell you what my overall score for this number is. For this album is. I can't speak today. Sounds about right. I'm feeling a 4.3 out of 10 on this album. 4.3. Actually sounds about right. The downward trajectory was a 10, then we went down 3 points to a 7, and now we've gone down 3 points to a 4, which means Suck It and See will go down 3 points to a 1, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It's only going to get worse from here. Now I'm joking. Suck It and See can't be worse than this, right? Can it? There's no way that could be worse than this shit. There's no way. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I didn't like this album. I really, really did not like this album in the slightest. This was so fucking dry. I hated this so much. Whatever. It is what it is. Maybe we'll see if the band can get better with later albums. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this album down below and how it compares to other Arctic Monkeys albums. For you, you can check out my reaction to the first 2 albums somewhere in a playlist on screen here. Definitely check those out if you haven't. Yeah, like and sub if you haven't as well. We are on our way to 4K. Links in the description to my Discord, my album of the year, my Twitter, and my other channels. Check those out if you haven't. And I will see you all whenever I next stream or upload. Bye-bye.